Allora! So long, Bowser. Thank you so much for playing my game.
What up? What up? How we doing today? Sup, gamers? How's about some 1 versus 1 show matches? Ever heard of them? Ever heard of them? Blue versus orange. No, it's Bibaba versus Tex. Should I keep it right there? Maybe it goes down here. What up? What up? We have a couple 1 show matches for you today. I'm so ready for 1 show matches, not because of the match, but because Feer isn't on screen for them. Okay, cool. Thank you. Quackerjack, the Marbles main is here for a pure Rocket League show match stream. Can I get an early payout on my favorite this time? No. We're gonna get going with Bibaba versus Tex as soon as possible so that we can make the time I talked about with Jack and Nas. Tex is not from Texas. Tex is a Saudi Arabian next-gen player. By the way, this is at 1. I reset it wrong. There will be bears. Thank you for the 21 months and a tier 3 as well. It saved the data from last stream. I had to refresh it, and then I wasn't able to add this 1 sub here yet. So I'll just remember that you guys are within 1. You're within 1. DSC. Okay, this did not need to exist. This is you cannot see it even with the binoculars that DSC already is. DSC is much better. It's like the same joke except for better. Why don't we just keep DSC with SEE? I think Bibaba is in a game right now. So we just gotta wait for that game to be over and then we'll rip it. Did Fear really pull off a 9-minute 16 star? That's a new world record. Yeah, no 16 star at the start of stream today. Rio, they were the 14 months tier 1. Okay, of course that didn't work. Did you just subscribe or did you just share it? This used to work. No! Oh wait, I know why it's not working. It's the same thing that happened last time. We lost Tex. Okay, we should, in theory, be working now. At one point, I'll get this fully working smoothly. Bibaba's still in game. I don't think it's working. I'm about to figure it out again some other time. All right. Bibaba versus Tex. At first I thought it was Trex and was shocked. No. It is a next-gen matchup of old times. Maybe up here? I don't know where to put it, dude. Maybe just right over here in my face. Tech says yes. Music is kind of loud. Sorry. You just lost to Bibaba in ones. Bibaba is in game right now. We just need Bibaba to confirm he's ready to grind. Thank you, Rio, for the 14 months tier 1. You get no, but just because of RL. Load up free play. Also, what's your rank? Stop acting like you guys don't want to just hang out with me right here. It's so obvious that you do. Here we go. It's Bibaba versus Tex. It is a 1v1 show match between two up-and-coming players. One from MENA and one from EU. It's a classic. Something that we've run on the channel many, many times. And it's Bibaba trying to open up with a little bit of style, maybe garner some fans. And he was just barely off of slotting that top right. That allowed Tex to take control. Now, Bibaba I've seen before. Bibaba actually debuted in the last 1v1 show match that we ran against Stark. Feel free to check that out on the channel if you haven't already. Exclamation point YouTube. But now it's time to see how he might do against Tex. Tex, a little bit less established. He is a 14-year-old Saudi Arabian player. How many different 14-year-old Saudi Arabian players have we seen pass by the 1v1 scene now that have gone on to greatness? The list is, you know, never ending. And so we will see where Tex may fall amongst the list of many, many top 1v1ers. I have yet to really see how Tex plays as far as his play style. He is currently 50-ish rated on the top 100 leaderboard. I do not think Bibaba is, as Bibaba pre-flips onto the side wall and wave dashes to win at 50. Now, up 2-1. I've seen a little bit of matches here and there from Tex on Ground Zero stream. This will be his first time playing on my stream. I've had him on my friends list for a bit. Interested in getting him in, and Bibaba seems like a good test. These guys might be fairly matched, and they might just be the future of Rocket League. Tex gaining control of possession. Went for the low 50. Wants to get back in control. Seems to be saving at least a little bit of boost. And Bibaba's bump, not nearly as effective as it needed to be. This net is wide open, and Tex took the safety touch to guarantee he gets the goal in the lead. I think if you look just at their ratings in the leaderboard, Tex would be the favorite coming into this. But Bibaba has mentioned that he's grinded ones up high in the past, is discouraged now due to too many bots playing in one's ranked. Which, I don't know if you guys saw this. This is slight news reveal. You never know if it's just silly rumors, but Bibaba is going to go for a ground double reset. And even though he didn't score it, he'll wave dash his way back. I saw there's a chance they're going to add some anti-cheats, maybe, to Rocket League in the future because of these situations. And we might be, you know, losing things like Bacchus mod. This is all pure speculation. We'll have to figure out how to do overlays again if they take it away. Tex finds himself an open net and makes it 4-2. We tried to play Valorant on stream and it was so incredibly hard. So if it's anything like Valorant, it'll be way more annoying to just start playing the game in the first place. But could be worth it if people are dealing with too many bots. Now, that being said, I think I'm just low enough rank maybe or something. Maybe not playing enough recently. I still don't run into bots. So my experience has been just fine. Tex pre-flip. Not going to clear this ball out as these guys stay neck and neck. Tex maybe hoping for a touch as he jumped to the corner there. Missed it, and that allowed Bibaba his chance. Delay kickoff. Tex actually drives through the delay kickoff and demos him off the map. Tex. Air triple bump. Bibaba reacted early. Actually had that boost spawn perfectly for him. Tex tried to path over it, but it wasn't there in time. And look at this interesting late flip. It's not something that I expected Tex to get beat, but oh my goodness, you'll never be able to know what's going on because he's spamming his ball cam every single second, which maybe played into the fact that he was not in the right position to save Bibaba's shot, because he noticed too. Oh my, can we ever watch Tex POV? It looks like he loves to spam ball cam, but he's sticking on it now in a shadow position. He dunked this right off the top of Bibaba's car, and it'll be 5-4 to Tex. Tex wins another kickoff to the side wall, using his empty jump to push himself back down to the ground quickly. Nothing comes out of that possession as Bibaba will take it the other way. Wants a 50 and muscles it in. Becomes a brick wall. Air rolls around to use the top of his car as opposed to his wheels to help force it into that opposite side. Sometimes if you go wheels first, you can maybe slow down the ball and allow someone like Tex to get multiple touches on it, actually end up saving it, but he purposely decides to roll and use the roof to get that one-touch dunk into the nets. Beastin'! Maybe the 43 months. Appreciate you, gamer. Tex not able to get back out to the midfield to backflip challenge. Bibaba, well, wait a net. That needs to be a much better shot. Bibaba just trying to get pace behind the ball to get it to the net in time, but Tex actually did recover there. Bibaba trying to hold on to his boost and his flip, I imagine, as long as possible as Tex threatens outside his nets. He got on the right side of the ball, but got bumped a little bit too deep. And now forced to retreat back to his own half. He did grab the 100, but he got undercut in the meantime. Oh, Tex did not pick up that corner, which means Bibaba's in great shape. And his possession will continue. Side flip, flick, crossbar down, just barely not in. 5-5. A really close game here. Coming down to the wire. Bibaba turns challenge. Tex did not get the wave dash landing. Bibaba will take the lead 6-5. Bibaba not going to kick off at all. Seems pretty clearly DC'd. And if we do a little tab check, he is DC'd. He DC'd. Normally, we'd like to not use admin. Will this just resolve itself? No. Tex is going to continue to play through, take his free goal. So we shall continue. Tex up to the sky, reset, 50. That is going to fall in. Tex makes it 7-6. Bibaba trying to delay the kickoff to see if he can equalize here. Wants to pass to himself and get the 100 at the midfield, which he's not going to be able to do. So he's looking to try and steal some of Tex's, but doesn't want to put himself too far out of position. Has to switch sides of the map. Delay 50. I don't know how much Tex POV I can watch. He spams this ball cam so much that it makes it tough. Ooh, nice flick from Bibaba. He's going to equalize. Tex tried to, I think, pick up the midfield 100 here and turn and challenge before he got too far out of the play. Bibaba saw that and flicked it out ahead of him. And it's 7-7 at 7 seconds. Bibaba Out of the corner. Surely no way to score this, right? As it will hit ground. Overtime. Important kickoff here in game number 1. Dibaba sends it to the left wall. Not going to be able to pick up the 100, so Tex will have control. He wants a ground game. A flick is high, but should be easily followed. Tex will take game number 1 via overtime. Just 11 seconds in. Spectator ball cam settings. I don't want to switch Bibalba's settings that way too. If it really becomes a problem. Game number 2, Bibaba versus Tex. Chat, I gotta lock in for a meeting here. Please continue copying every message that asks why they should be asking DSC. What? I don't know what chat's on. Please say hi to the new people. Bibaba will get a demo and get up for an air dribble. Could not find any connection. Tex misses on his open net. I think Tex said he was going to be streaming his POV. You can check out his stream. If anybody knows what Tex, his exact link to his stream is, feel free to let Ahmad know or somebody know who can type it in so you guys can find Tex POV at all times. You guys are spamming like crazy and I feel like I have to read it, but at the same time I probably shouldn't, right? Oh, illustrious Feer, indulge a I swear, if Bibaba hits something peak like a pogo while I'm reading this, which he did not. He kind of half went for it and ultimately just handed the ball away. Oh, illustrious Feer, indulge a speculative inquiry of grave import. Should Rocket League one day perish and ascend to the esports afterlife, would you contemplate a noble transmogrification into a marbles on stream savant, lending your analytical gravitas to the chaotic ballet of racing spheres? No! No. Holy cow, so many words to say, will you be a marbles only stream if Rocket League dies? And the answer is no. Bibaba able to fight off for the midfield 100. Flicking at Tex. Now into the aerial game. Bibaba seemed to want a ground double, tried to pre-flip through, didn't make contact, used up all of his boost, and Tex could not pinch it in. Tex wanted to make that attempt a goal and thought he could force it in with a little pinch. Pogo shot from Bibaba, soft. Can he chase it up with a demo? Tex hit the brakes just in time to dodge that, as that would almost been a certain goal. Tex seems to really like to try and bait Bibaba into low 50s. Oh goodness, gotta switch off that POV as soon as he doesn't have a play to make immediately. He just starts spamming ball cam. Sniped to the bottom right. Tex made it 3-1. Yes, Tex was vouched for by Joyo a while back when Joyo was playing some one show matches. Bibaba having to back off. And now with 0 boost, not likely to be able to make a play here. Bibaba is just using up way too much of his boost right now with every attempt he's taking and finding himself on 0 and out of position. He needs to make an effort to finish all these aerial plays at a manageable boost, something he can actually work with. This time it's just a kickoff goal that he loses. 5-1, Tex on a roll after the overtime win. Won the kickoff and got to the ball to flick it before Bibaba pressured. Type 1 in chat if you want us to pause the entire show match for whatever that one chatter needs to do right now. Bibaba on 12. Now has used up his last bit of boost again. And is going to get demoed because of it. 6-1. It's a snowball effect here after that overtime win. Tex wave dash kickoff, picks up the midfield 100, has Bubba backed off. Another kickoff win for Tex. This flick sent into the crossbar beautifully. Baba's going to have an air dribble the other way. I have to just default to Baba POV, even if he's playing defense, because there's just so much camera toggling. Baba slightly losing the ball. Tried to turn it into a flick play. This is what I'm talking about. Here is a situation where he needs to make sure he stays in control of his boost, and he did just that. He held on to 27, and then only when he knew for sure he'd be able to get a steal did he use it up to get 100. Another pogo. He wants to bump Tex away. Maybe he didn't do as well as he needed to and has 0 left over. Picks up a pad, using it to 50. And does not want to dive here. Lets Tex hand the ball away. Catch, carry, Bibaba, flick, and in. This one is not over. A minute 30 for him to bring it back. 4 goals. Very doable. He's just had a very tough start to this game number 2. And a lot of that has to do with these kickoffs that he cannot seem to control. Tex double reset at around ceiling heights. Bibaba reads it and is able to pick up the back corner boost, which means he's going to have a great attack the other way. He will take to the top of the arena as well. Fakes the flick and instead goes down for a 50 and gets a goal. You see Bibaba right around when Tex is going to challenge. If you watch him his POV, looks like he could musty out of that air roll, and Tex respects that and kind of jumps high to stop it. And Bibaba 50s and goes under. Minute 10, delay kickoff, double delay kickoff. They were both trying to see who could be cringier. Nice in and out save from Bibaba. You could tell he had it from the second the shot went up. Now, ooh, great backflip save on 0 boost. He's in such a tough spot that he did not get punished there. Is impressive. Can he still make saves? Double jumping. Gets bumped off, has to wave dash land. I'm not sure that's going to be enough still. Tex will eventually score a goal. So boost conservation or boost, pickups is really what it is. I'm not sure that, Bibaba is spamming and using his boost too much, but Tex is always making sure to control every boost on the map and eventually starve him out. Air dribble. 18 left over for Tex, and he goes for a ground bounce power shot that gets crossbarred. So there's still going to be a chance for those who want to believe in Bibaba. He's got 26 seconds to get 3 kickoff goals. Another delay. Baba is back to pick up the 100. Tex is going to play a bit of keep away into his own back corner. Bibaba knows he's going to have to find a miracle and steal away this ball. He's done that for a moment, but Tex has bumped him off control. And all this is taking up way too much time. Tex putting on one for the fans. It won't work, but he surely wasted enough time because even on 1 second, you cannot get 2 goals. So Tex, a great surge late in game 1 to catch back up and then used that momentum to get a big enough lead to win game number 2. He's going to be going up 2-0 in this series. Talks, thank you for the raid. Out of 76 million viewers. We got game 3 of Tex Bibaba coming up next. Game number 3. Bibaba, not what he needed to see in the first 3 seconds of the next game. A big kickoff win for Tex, and he's already down. Dancer BV, great to have you here. One of my favorite Rocket League YouTubers finally caught a stream. We love the YouTube viewers here. Great to see you. Tex has done a better job delaying kickoffs. Delay wave dash going to get him a 2-0 lead. Kickoffs are a big part of what Bibaba needs to change here to turn the tides. I need to see a strong finish or a bail. I actually don't mind this. Too many times earlier in this series, well, he still didn't hold on to control of it. Too many times he would force the issue at the end of a dribble that wasn't looking promising. But ultimately, he was not able to hold on to possession and let Tex just take it away. And look at an open net all the same. Goodness, so many ball cam switches. Bibaba finds a way to box out Tex. He's actually going to go out to the midfield for the 100. And Tex is going to try and bring it back to his half. Bibaba's going to block him from doing that with a backflip. And then Tex is going to dive again and give Bibaba an open net. Such an interesting back and forth here of these guys playing on the wrong side of the ball that eventually led to the Bibaba goal. I don't know what we need to see here. We've seen delays from Bibaba. We've seen him kind of try and mix it up in the attempt to, you know, equalize these kickoffs. But Tex has actually beat him most of the time. He's gone for delays as well. Bibaba, nice read. Dunked this right off the top. Saw a flick coming and was correct. Might have been up too high if Tex had decided to low 50, which Tex has done many times in this series so far, but he just didn't really have good enough carry on the ball to do that. He was on the incorrect side of the ball to 50. So Bibaba recognizing his freebie. I mean, this is just, these are going to kill you. These will kill you. You just can't have too many of these direct kickoffs into your net. Tex just doing a good job getting there quickly and getting goal side. Bibaba was trying to force it left on a diagonal and played right into Tex's hands. Tex reset over the top of Bibaba. Everything is going his way, and especially what's going his way is first possessions. He's just getting all of them and forcing Bibaba to both defend and then try and score. Tex chasing him to the back wall. Bibaba saw the need to protect the ball. Went up for 50 now. Taking to the skies, going all the way to the ceiling for the reset. Had to hold a power slide just to stick with that ball. And maybe didn't stay in control of it. And it seemed like he wanted to get Tex to back off the ball, but didn't want to actually have to jump in 50 or try and send it away. So he was hoping he could just discourage Tex by the fake jumping up towards the ball. Tex didn't fall for it and will shoot his open nets. Tex. Power shots towards the nets. Bibaba trying to get a demo. Actually just barely is able to dodge here. Tex wants a tight angle, won't get it. Bibaba needs a goal right now. With half the game, 3 left to go. If he could get one, he could start moving. Tex had an interesting double to pin it against the back wall and then actually found a way to get it around Bibaba. Everything is going his way. I thought he had made a mistake here by not trying to clear it away, but he baited Bibaba in and got it around him. 7-2. Tex 50s with Bibaba, who tries to pull off of this ball. Tex just aiming for carb maybe on this challenge. Not really too worried about what happens with the ball, and does get his deletion. Bibaba trying to pre-jump. That was wildly aggressive. It's not going to work. Tex is going to have a layup, and he'll go for the musty off the back wall. GG's. The sweep. Thank you, Bibaba, for hopping in. Tex had a little bit of a scare at the beginning, but absolutely cruised. Does he have a pogo in his arsenal, though? This is Tex, a 14-year-old, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, 14-year-old Saudi Arabian 1v1er. Who's going to go double reset pogo for the fans at the end. Nice. We'll count it. We'll count it. We'll watch it one more time. And we'll end it. GG's. Thanks for playing, Mr. Tex. 1-0 in his debut. Taking down fellow youngster prodigy Bababa from Hungary. Tex has yet to lose a game. Jeez. If you copy paste this, Fear is your daddy. If you copy paste it, why? Chat, why? But why though? Bibaba looked like he was about to win game 1. Admittedly. I do not know why this thing isn't working. I've been tricked into caring about it again. Whatever. We'll just hide it for now. A few moments earlier, the whole chat was just copy pasting everything I wrote. Asparagus, you're the goats. So Appjack versus Nas in 15 minutes. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Here, we'll put up the old sub count for a bit. If I can find it, if I didn't delete it. I think I did delete it. What can you do? Has either one been playing ones lately? Tex is on the leaderboard. Bibaba, I don't know if he's played ones ranked. Or are you talking about the next game? Nas has played a few games of ranked, I know. And Jack is interested in playing some ones, so I assume he must have played a bit. Call her text the way she pounded my bababa. What? What are you saying? Jack, can you guys tell what's different about my room? Can you tell? The cables, the smell. You guys are all wrong. No built-ins? That we already knew. Nope, something is different between now and last stream. The person over your shoulder? Nope, not looking. It's been a green screen the whole time. You spotted a moving mouse. No, you didn't. Is that a DSC statue in the back? The fridge is fake. No one's going to do it. Intelligence lower now? Wrong. Wrong! It's something about the room that you guys don't seem to notice. Which is funny because of how much, you know, I think about this stuff. Not that I did it for the sole purpose of the stream, but... New paint job! Wait, it's actually true. He knew. It is different paint on the walls and everywhere. The color of my hat is confusing. Why is that? The walls look great. Are you serious? It's the first time seeing your room. Oh, well, it is. The walls of the house are being changed to white. Did you intentionally make it the same color as your shirt? Yes. I said, make it this color. That's not fair. I'm colorblind. Ooh, unlucky. Unlucky, bro. Opted for the matte paint instead of the anodized. Check the chat history. I said it first. Okay, congratulations, Truck Freak. No built-ins. Wall color. Okay, he did say wall color, all caps. It was like a blue. What headphones? It's their Audio Technicas. What are they called again? MTA or ATH M50X. You are the color scheme of your room. That's actually kind of accurate. That is actually accurate. Did Baba lost because of a DC? Yeah, that was unlucky for sure. Jordies! Thank you for the raid! What up? Feet raid? No, I mean, it wasn't a feet raid, right? Because my name is Feer. Well, that was anticlimactic. I mean, there were 3 different games, just to be clear. It's not like there was only one game. W feet raid. Let's see if these guys are on in game. 9 minutes. 9 minutes to start time. Do I have a oh, that's the new sub count too, which just doesn't work. Where's the old one? Why does my new one not work? I'm so good at programming. I'm perfect at programming. Okay, we've had 3 subs today. 3 subs according to my old scene. I have found it somewhere. Let me see if I can grab it. There it is. You should keep your frisbee trophies on the desk behind you. Listen, I have tons of them. I have tons of them. It's just I don't want to, you know. I just want to put them up right now. Losing the first game off of DC and losing another, don't you think that you would change your energy confidence? Yes, it's true. It's true. Every frisbee in your possession on the wall. I've used to put frisbees on the wall in different houses, but they kind of break down when the sun hits them and they like shred apart. Was there money on the line? No, no money. You keep the sussy trophy on your desk, but not the frisbee. Why is this sussy? What's wrong with this? Did everyone else know Fear could dance before like a week ago? What are you guys talking about? This is Rocket League. This is in the map that you guys play all the time. Is that what you're thinking when you see it? At some point, we'll beef up, you know, the stream room here. You had that made? No, they made it for me. I don't know why your TTS didn't work, or did it say boys and I just missed it? More beef in stream room? Do you have LEDs in your room? No. Right now I just
Rocket League. Hey.
Yes! Appjack versus Nas coming up next. Guys, are you relentlessly bullying by copy pasting? Don't lie. When's the One's RLCS scene start? One's RLCS starts later in the year. One's RLCS will start like when the last chance qualifiers are, which I think are July. Pretty long from now. So it's after the first two splits. Basically, they just do one qualifier for Worlds real quick, it sounds like. Hey, Feer, I need to go to the shop store to get my cat's dinner. Can you please wait for me to get back? Nope. What is this? Yeah, this Gambit was assuming we were at Marbles line, I think. That must have been the assumption. But we're probably closer to getting the series going. We're going to pump some ads so it doesn't happen during the series, but... Congrats to Nas, finally becoming a regional champ. Yeah. Against the toughest to do. DSE Salt 39. Saltine 39. I can't tell who the original is. It's Zetro, right? Zetro is the one original person with a thought. And everyone else is just copying him. Was it NASA's first regional win? Yeah, I think so. It's hard to win regionals in EU with KC there. Okay, if I'm gonna refresh the stream chat, you guys all have to type like crazy, so that it looks like I have people here. Keep typing it. Keep typing it. Quick, look. Okay, thank goodness. Fill this up. So it looks like people chat. Phew. Thank you. Wow, chat's really active today. My goodness, we're absolutely cruising. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Nas is rank 1 in the game right now. I think because of that, I'm going to give him blue. You missed 4 payments for your view bots. Can I get an exclamation point gamble? Is it true that Appjack can't play on the ground, just goes for 50s? This could be Mina owning Jack potentially. A lot of people like to, you know, say Nas is Mina. Why is 90% of chat edgy teenagers? Chat, I'll type your age so they know you're not a teenager and you're just a trolling middle-aged man. You're in school right now? If Mina owns Jack, then does Feer own Feer Jr.? Alright, chat, I think it's game time. I think it's game time. Chat, here we go. It's Nas versus apparently Jack. It's rank 1 1v1er in the world, Mr. Nas. Going up against rank somewhere in the 10s, I believe, from apparently Jack. 1v1 is back on the menu. It has been gone for a bit because we've been focusing a bit more on RLCS, both the channel and the players. But EU RLCS has now finished all of its opens. It took apparently Jack a tiebreaker in order to make it into the LAN, but he did. So he will be in Boston a few short weeks from now. And so will Nas, who just got his regional win, his first ever regional win over there in EU alongside the Gentlemates. I think that earned them the 2nd seed. Jack is going to earn the first goal with a nice air dribble resets to make it 1-0. Nas has played 1v1 a bit more recently than Jack on my stream because Nas played in the Double or Nothing challenge. It was a challenge we ran on stream. If you, by any chance, didn't catch it, where were you? Go back and check it out, where a player could elect to double up their money and go for another show match win if they wanted to, with no theoretical limit, except for that I did have a set amount of cash. Anyways, Nas played in it, and he won quite a few in a row before cashing out as high as anyone else did, around $500. That last game was against Raziers. So Nas is on a winning streak still, because he did not play 1v1 again. He just tapped out and focused on RLCS ever since then. What a save from Nas, somehow into the crossbar and back out into his car. He is going to stick at only down 1-0. Arsenal, they were the 263 million viewer raid. Appreciate you dropping your crew in for what should be a very strong match today. Jack will make it 2-0. Everybody in chats, tell me who you think is your favorite as of right now, which is going to be tough to read, to come out of EU in the 1v1 RLCS. It's going to be in a few months, but I feel like 1v1 has been, some of the most stagnant it's been. So I think there's a world in which you could pick Nas. Maybe you still have the Mock representing once again. I don't know if Moxie's been grinding as much. Drally, Atto has seemed to risen to a whole nother level in 3v3. Will that translate over to grinding a bit of ones when RLCS 1s comes around? I don't know. Maybe we'll get a sense into who might be the best. In fact, we brought up Nas. We had to bring up Jack. Jack's up 2-0 against him, and Nas doesn't seem to be able to score. So maybe Jack could even represent EU. I don't know if they're going to have more than one representative or not. I really hope they do. But I've heard the rulebook is not posted yet for ones. We just know it's going to happen, and we can speculate how it might work. The simplest form that I think we're guaranteed to at least get is 1 South American, 1 European, 1 North American, 1 MENA, just like we did last season, except for they all play at Worlds instead of splitting it up. I feel like we're going to at least that. That's got to be the minimum. But maybe we're going to get more. If somebody knows, please leak it. Nas. Flick over the top of Jack. Hard fought goal. Took him many minutes, but he does get there. Nas wins another kickoff. Playing in the Octane in this game 1. If I had to predict, we will see Nas in the Fennec before this series ends. Not just because he is currently down in the Octane, but he does like to dabble back and forth. I thought Jack said he was going Octane to start the season 2. But now that I think about it, him and Seiko were both Octane, and they might have both been Octane that first event. Did they instantly switch off back to Fennec after that? I can't remember when the moment happened. He's clearly playing in the Fennec right now, as Nas launching a pass to himself off the ceiling. Might have actually gotten a decent enough 50 to keep this around. Swiftly Goats! Thank you for the 2 gifted subs. Right now, these guys reading each other's challenges really well, but I guess Jack sent it too high. Nas not being careful in his own half as he tries to dispossess Jack. Great single jump to dodge him and then pass to himself out of the corner. Jack missing the single jump wave dash kickoff. Nas tried to fake there, maybe get Jack to use his flip earlier and win a 50. Jack did not fall for it, and then Nas killed the dribble. So not the best start to the series here for Nas. Could really wake himself up here with a goal on this possession, and he does just that. Sneaks it in behind Jack. It's not a very speedy goal, but it's going to get the job done as Nas is able to change the trajectory of the ball late enough that Jack moved too far off the near post. Nas, wait a second. As well as Jack has played, he has not gotten a big deficit, and a couple kickoff slip-ups could immediately bring this game back. Nas just wins a mirrored kickoff into Jack's half and converts it quickly. Wave dash kickoff for Jack. Nas gains control on the side wall. Another great opportunity. Gets deep underneath the ball to pop it back up. In fact, so deep he had to go back to go contain the air dribble and keep it going. He still got a decent enough shot out of it considering that. I think Nas notices Jack did not pick up that corner 100, which leaves him a lot less options, and Nas is going to be a little bit less worried defending here, not likely to panic as he can read exactly what Jack's going to go for. And now he's stolen this from him, and Jack got on the wrong side of the ball. He's trying to flip back. Nas sails it too high, gets undercut slightly, but should be able to steal the boost. Jack gets a demo and chains some wall dashes to pick up the midfield 100. Jack, last second effort with no boost. Probably never planned to pick up the boost in the first place, but knew where Nas might be after Nas beat him there and got supersonic and demoed him to secure the game. Clutch thinking ahead from Jack. And this kickoff, not good enough for Nas. Yes, not good enough to entertain Nas coming back in this one. Game number 1 to Jack in the best of 5. He's got himself an early lead, and we might see a Fennec from Nas in game 2. Swiftly go. Thank you for the 2 gifted. And the tier 1. The brand new tier 1 helps a lot towards Partner Plus this month. Thank you, gamer. Game number 2. Very little surprise here. Nas is going to be playing Fennec. And he will start game 2 with a kickoff possession win. And he got enough power on this reset that he got the ball past Jack. And even though Jack gets a touch, all he can do is help guide it in. Great play. Ultimately goes in at 110 kilometers per hour. And Nas sees his first lead of the series. Slight, oh, I shouldn't say slight, heavy delay on the kickoff. Basically just a fake, as he did not go out to the ball. But the only reason why I don't say, straight up fake is usually a player makes a stronger effort to make it look like they're going, which Nas didn't really. He just kind of slowly boosted out before turning around. Nas, thought he had that save. But it does still find its way crossbar down and in. Nas is actually watching it as well. Doesn't seem like it was an intentional thing where he, angled his save. It did look like he went about as fast as he could. Just works out that was not fast enough. Jack. Interesting that he did not want to take that initial dribble. It seems like nowadays players so rarely pass that up, but he noticed that Nas wasn't going to try and stop him. So instead, he took it off the bounce, which enabled Nas to potentially challenge, but that challenge worked out for him. He got Nas to miss and then undercut him here. It's a 2-1 lead for Jack. Jack off the kickoff, diving into Nas's side in order to take possession, and now we'll start an air dribble. Really high pop to start. Second reset, rolled through, jumping in! Jack showing his mechanical stuff enough for Nas to give him a nice one. The double reset, but or did he get the second reset or not? I don't know. He decided not to use it, so I'm guessing most likely not. Otherwise, he would have wave dashed into that single jump. But an impressive play all the same. Even if he doesn't get it, it definitely feels like he might. Nas has to back off and respect it. Jack wants Nas to miss. Nas being patient. Double jump saves. These guys are playing low boost 1v1 back and forth right now. Jack will back off and steal the 100. Nas swings around to get to around 40 boost or so, but puts himself on the side wall and can't make the play. You see him swinging around the semicircle to pick up boosts, but that puts him just a little bit off the angle. It's a trade-off between just staying in the right position with very little boost or picking up a bit and hoping to make a late play. Usually players like to do the second because the longer you stay on zero boost, the more likely each subsequent 50, each play that isn't perfectly cleared ends up in your net. Nas cannot buy a break right now. This will bounce off the inside of the post. Jack is actually just going to launch it away. Nas should be able to control it and get his own back corner boost, so just a bit of a mistake from Jack, I would say. Nas pulling off the air dribble as he sees Jack pre-jump and then pops this straight up with a side flip in order to make Jack miss, but Jack aggression forces Nas to shoot quickly. He does not put on a strong enough shot. Jack resets. Crossbar down and in. Jack seems to be on point right now. Very precise with his finishes. Nas, normally one of the best defenders in ones. Nearly impossible to get past. And yet, Jack is doing it with ease. I think Nas maybe just expected that to be a bounce and out. That's why he never went up in the air for it. Jack resets. Wave dash directly into Nas. Nas somehow survived that. I'm sure Jack feels a bit scammed. Seemed like it was a supersonic bump to me. But Jack must have slowed down as he sets this one up to the top of the arena. 5-1 lead again. Nas took too long to get going to try and bring it back in the last game. Might be in a position where he does that again. Jack resets. Nas, early challenge, stops him and prevents him from getting this goal. Jack just booms it way high off the backboard, and I think he was hoping to keep that down a little bit and have it be a real threat. But because he missed it so high, he has just set up a counterattack for his opponents, and Nas stays within striking distance for ones. It's just been low scoring in the first few minutes of these last couple games. They've definitely been all Jack favored, though. Nas on the demo. Pre-flip will not be quick enough. 6-2. Nas going to need to find a consistent winning kickoff here for the next minute and a half if he wants to try and see if he can equalize and not have to look at 3 straight game wins in order to take the series. Pre-jumps. Jack didn't respond to it, and then Nas wanted to bail out of his pre-jump pretty much right away. You see him starting to boost back down as he says, whoops, but too late. Jack could just tap it around him, and it's 7-2. Jack. Another kickoff possession. Nas off the ceiling now. Looking to play keep away. Dropped it in somehow, some way. He doubled it where zero boost Jack was in this bottom right corner. But somehow snuck it through even with Jack getting a couple touches on it. Nas resets, fake, works out. Such a threatening player, and especially with Jack on low boost. Feels like he needs to react early in order to try and make a play. Gets got by a well-placed fake, and now another kickoff win. These are the kickoffs that Nas needs. You can't see where Jack is, but he can get a sense for what he might do. Jack decided to surprise him with an early challenge. Ooh, Nas did not connect on that flick. Tries again with a front flip flick. Jack perfectly pins it off the crossbar, saves it, and rolls the ball back to the other side of the field. Didn't get a counterattack goal, but did pick up both hundreds, which probably just ends the game because 20 seconds left to go. Nas needed that last goal. Needed things to go quickly. Jack's going to take on a Diaz challenge for the fans. Oh, did he try and pogo there? Really trying to... Oh, he got a bump. Jack got a bump in reverse and ended up getting this goal. It seemed like he was going for the pogo, didn't hit it, but didn't give up. Reverse wave dash and then bumped Nas to take him out of the way. And got an 8-4 goal. A nice cherry on top. Certainly going to be a Jack win. Nas seemed like he tried to go for a Slater kickoff. A delay where you read the ball. Something the humans aren't very good at. Nas wants to get one for the road, but won't. 2 games in a row for Jack. I think we might see a third car for Nas, or maybe not. He hasn't left yet. Might be this Fennec again, but needs to try and figure out how to get past this Englishman. Swiftly, thank you for the 100 bits. What are the diamonds beside people's names? Oh, you mean the VIPs in chat? They're very important. Game number 3. Jack wins the first kickoff. Nas challenging from the ceiling right at the moment that Jack is looking to 50 the ball. Nas able to get it to drop into his corner safely. But Jack maintains possession. These wall dashes to keep speed going. Nice shot from Jack. I love the setup though. To me, what's so interesting is these little wall dash chip ups to get this ball in the position in the first place. This we've seen a lot before. Air dribbles with resets on the goal line, used late to make defenders miss. That is something we've seen in ones a bunch. It's those early wave dashes, early wall dashes, and the ability to control them and get them to touch the ball exactly where you want them to. That is what has been advancing in today's game. Thank you for the 145 bits, Swiftly. You said, how do you get VIP? You get VIP by watching 100 streams in a row or by saving up enough channel points to redeem it. Nas taking possession back into his corner. Jack didn't want to let him have it for free, but quickly had to cut off an angle of an Nas long shot. Jack, soft touch save off his own post to try and set up the counter. Even though he didn't get on the first try, he will undercut Nas after a challenge. And will get that goal that he wanted. Jack, big kickoff win to the side wall. We don't see this very often. I want to watch Nas POV. He was trying to force it right. Got on the left side of the ball. It feels like that's always a very dangerous kickoff to take. Because if your opponents can get goal side, they just bounce it off the sidewall and in. Jack is, wow, looking for a miracle. The fact that he's even able to hold on to this ball at all is pretty impressive. Decided not to take a shot. Reverse wave dash to dodge Nas's demo attempt. He knew Nas was going to try and delete him on the back wall. So as he landed, he reversed wave dash to get away from the play. Now reset wave dash to the bottom right. Nas, great save. Gets himself demoed though. Nas has not been able to keep Jack out. The offense is too potent. And a lot of that has to do with a lot of bumps and physical plays to secure goals. Jack taking us into the corner. Air dribble, late reset. These are so pure. If you watch from NAS POV, sometimes you have to get the reset earlier than this to dissuade a challenge, but he popped it up right around the time that NAS got close and then made sure to get the reset right around the net when NAS has to pick his angle of attack. Did they change? They changed a couple things, but one of the things that seems like they changed is the circle of the on the wall when the ball is close. It seems more colorful than I remember. When did that get changed? Especially on the ceiling. I don't know if it used to be white and now it's colored. Sorry, I don't know why I'm focusing on this. But the other thing they changed is the demo thing, which I thought was interesting. They have another info tag on the demo, which doesn't make sense to me just yet. Oh my goodness, Nas, you gotta finish this off, please. Ridiculous flick. Just launches this in. We're not gonna get to see what the KPH was of that flick, which is unfortunate because it was an absolute screamer. At least for Nas, he does get to score it. He needs to get something going. This has just been domination from Jack. Jack has led in every game. This is such a good setup. There's a fake here that will have the ball fall on one far side of the net. But if he actually uses the flip, it's going all the way to the other. So Jack has a lot to decide on how he wants to try and save it. If he waits too long, might just bounce in for free. But if he challenges, Nas can use that flip and slot it inside the nets. Within two, still, I would say, a Jack-controlled series and game as he refuses to start his air dribble until Nas makes him. Nas pre-jumps and actually takes away this ball, has a reset, and will use it to wave dash. Oh, Jack got overexcited. Jack thought there was going to be a 50 here in this moment, and he was wrong. Did he go for a zap dash landing? Oh, he just kind of didn't wave dash clean and then used another flip right away and flipped past it. Delayed kickoff from Jack. Nas able to muscle off the 100 pickup. Jack, ooh, this was a zap dash clear, I think. I feel like that's the only way he could have gotten there in time. I switched right off of his POV as he did it. But a very crucial clear that is enabling him here to regain possession. Power shot on net. He did not want Nas to go get boost. He says, no, I insist on you staying in net and being starved. At least the starved part he succeeded in. The staying in net, not so much, as Nas did manage to chase the ball down and clear it away. Now he's got 100 and a minute to get his goal. Nas just leaves it. Can't do that. You have to pretend like you're going for the ball. And Nas did not stay close enough. He jumped off of the ceiling, which gave him extra speed and showed a clear separation between himself and the ball. Probably needed to instead just point down and boost a little to catch back up to it. He didn't want to be over the top of it either. Definitely don't want to be so far below it that Jack can just get a free shot. Jack is trying to finish off a sweep here as Nas picks up the midfield 100 and he should be able to chip this in. 36 seconds. Nas has control of the ball. Up to an air dribble. Looks like it's going to be cringe. It looks like it's going to be cringe, and Jack can't stop it. Based on the way he set it up, we haven't seen too many air dribble bumps, but Nas had the series on the line, and he needed it now. Jack actually did a pretty good job getting underneath it, and then tried to front flip into it to save it off the crossbar or the backboard, which was a pretty impressive idea. But all he could do was get it just top shelf. So it will be 6-6. Nas relentless, and he should be getting a goal. 7-6. Nas not going down so easy. The once champion of Europe in 1v1s. 2 salt mines to his name. Rank 1 in the world right now. Seemed like for a moment he was going to go down in a sweep to Jack, and maybe he still could. He only has a 1-goal lead right now, and he has very little boost. He's going to try and tap this away, which means a Jack possession for sure to end. Nas, fake challenge deep. Needs to pick up boost to try and make a play. Jack is slowly walking it in. His flick gets eaten up. Nas does a good job of hiding behind the ball that whole time. Wait, Jack is back and will not let him drop it to the ground. It'll be a sidewall dribble. Jack fakes a flick. I'm not even sure if he had a flip, though, right? So I think it wasn't much of a fake. It will hit the ground. And Nas gets a game on the board. Game number 3 as he tries to begin the reverse sweep. Nas always appreciates a good break. Everyone who spams 6-7 is 10 years old. How about everyone that spams 14 and 39? How old are they? First time 1738. You love to see it. Game number 3. Game number 4. First time 1337. Jack and Nas. Is this the beginning of Nas's comeback? Or will Jack be able to end the momentum here? This is not going to be a goal. Jack able to stop it. But on very low boost, Jack's in a really tough spot. If he comes out of this alive, he should feel really good about himself. He's going to try and pinch this one away. Nas knows. Keep it in play. Keep it in play. Keep it around this net. The last thing he wants to do is relinquish his advantage and go back to the midfield or try and restart again. So what does he do? He cuts it off up high and just immediately brings it back to the net. Make the 0 boost defender stay in net constantly. And if they don't, which by the way, Jack didn't. I don't know if he ran off to go get midfield 100 or something because he wasn't even in vision when Nas scored. But that's what you can do to get your goal. Fake flick. Jack didn't fall for it. Nas didn't feel good enough about it to actually pull the trigger. I think if he did, I feel like he could top shelf it. For sure, he might have. But missing is so disastrous. He decided it wasn't worth the attempt, and now Nas stole another way. A ball at the midfield. And we'll make it 2-0. Nice interception on the air dribble. Jack, oh no, what's going on? This is just such a reversal. Wait a second, this is kind of a double miss for players of this caliber. Jack really should have had a free, or at least a kickoff attempt on net. Didn't get it, and then Nas probably should just be able to long shot the ball from where he was at, but missed. Still converted his goal though. 3-0. Nas launching the ball. Yeah, I think, call me crazy, but I swear the circle when the ball was near the wall used to just be white, and now it's colored based on which half of the field it's on. Is that right? Chat's gonna be like, that came out 3 years ago, Fear. Where were you? Nas up 4-0. His fake kickoff is going to work wonders as he's done a much better job of getting first possessions. Jack is now in a really tough spot. He just used his flip to jump off the wall. No boost, no quick recovery, in and out of the net, and actually challenge as well. It's going to earn him 100, but get him killed. Nas chips this one straight up. Tough angle double, and he just misses it completely, but the good news for him is Jack was a believer. Jack thought he might be able to get it and felt like he needed to try and save it. And he shouldn't be able to get back, though. Ooh, Jack rushed it. I feel like he could have taken another half second and gotten the goal on that near post instead of trying to speed it into the top left like he did. Jack pathing over the pads as he keeps this dribble going with tons of boost left to spare. And side flip flicks it in for his first goal of game number 4. Nas. Another kickoff advantage. Jack booming this one away and actually chasing it down despite being able to pick only a couple boost pads up, and yet clearly the right decision because he gets himself a goal. Nas, too worried about stealing all the boost off the map, forgot that Jack is pretty lethal if you get him the ball on top of his car. And the front flip flick gets him a second goal. Jack fake turn. Nas brings the ball on top of his car. Heard the Jack challenge and flicked in for a 50. Jack sneaks it around. Might go for a demo. Nas trying to find the flip that gets the boost and keeps him alive. That's why he went for a very awkward front flip. It's a front flip that you would see from a low-rated player because they don't know how to, get the right, speed flip to land perfectly. But in this case, it was very intentional by the highly skilled player Nas as a method to potentially dodge any physical play. Nas now air dribble reset, could bring it back towards the right side of the net if he maybe used it early, but decides not to. And now we'll head to the ceiling. Jack challenges right away. He is meeting him as early as he feels like he can get away with in each possession. Nas won't get the demo. Try to get another one on the little wall dash up high. And he actually got Jack off the play enough that even though he didn't get the demo, it doesn't matter. Jack, I think, attempted to dodge here. He wanted the touch. Surely he wanted the touch. He was bringing it back in and thought he was going to tap it to the sidewall there and then start a play, but instead he just drove past it and left the net wide open, which I can't imagine was his plan. Nas wave dashing off the ball to start a fancy air dribble that never really targeted the nets. This one does target the net, but straight down into Jack and should be a counterattack. You cannot take aerial shots that are headed through at ground level. Way too easy for these defenders to save and counter. Get their wheels right back down on the ground. Nas needs to be careful to secure his game 5. Jack has another kickoff possession in his favor. Nas on the opposite side picking up the 100. Jack never was really attacking the net there. And players have often surprised me when they start air dribbles that look like they're not going to attack the net. They find a way to. Usually it's off the back of multiple resets. Jack did not have multiple resets, and that's why he gets pretty much nothing. Nas pre-flip to make the first save. Can't make another kickoff goal to Jack to keep entertaining this game. Nas gets one right back though. And I think we're going game 5. Don't know what you go for. I think you just have to take aggressive kickoffs. Can't even really cheese it. Maybe not. I think this is a slight delay because you need to score so quickly. Not only do you need to win 3. That was a fairly aggressive. I think you just took a standard kickoff and won it over the top of a delay from Nas. Ooh, interesting. Delay side flip is not something we see very often Jack really mixing it up when he needed it. Ooh, nice roll through from Nas to get his final goal here. A 3-goal win. Sometimes all it takes is one really well-timed touch to get the defender to miss by a mile. Game 5, Nas versus apparently Jack. The rank 1 1v1er has brought it all the way to the final game. Game number 5. Nas and Jack. Momentum in favor of the Moroccan will continue with the opening goal of game number 5. Jack tried to backflip into a challenge immediately off the kickoff. Nas prepared for that. Able to use it to guide it into the nets. Nas, ooh, dodges the demo attempt. Zap dash shot is in. It's not often that you see the zap dash be the difference. But Jack tried to delete him. And on 0 boost, he probably doesn't get there if he doesn't go for that quick wave dash. It's nice to see from Jack's perspective as well. That is why you have to have the zap dashes in your arsenal. Great play from Nas, and a fake kickoff works well in order to get himself possession at 100 boost. To the skies, passes off the ceiling. Seemed to be bailing out of that pretty early there. Still in a bad spot though, even with the early bail. Able to slow Jack down here. I don't know if he was trying to get a touch to the sidewall with that wave dash. Forced to get a shallow angle shot instead. Nas is trying to hover right around where Jack is going to land. You can see he knows Jack has to transition off the back wall down to the ground. And so he's putting himself right where he expects Jack to have to go. So he's ready to bump him. It doesn't go back far enough in time to show it. But he is just taking the ground space away. Obviously, ideally, slightly behind where Jack has to land so that he can bump him and throw him off as he arrives to the ground. Nas, another high double. No look! Jack saves it though. Nas, side flip, denied as well. Nas turned on the reverse cam on that high dribble. This one, he keeps on normal cam and fakes like he's going to go to the opposite side of the nets. It seemed like the far post was open, and Jack on 6 boost has to respect that. He has to keep his momentum from landing on the inside of the net. If he takes away that momentum and hits the brakes, he's really going to be screwed on 0 boost. So he had to quick jump to stop that shot, but the fake was effective. Nas off the posts. Jack sees the early challenge from Nas, and so immediately cuts the engines and just falls to the ground in order to make Nas as out of position as possible. Nas, though, still able to get a decent enough touch on the play without leaving a net wide open. Lots of time for Jack. That is what he can hang his hat on if he can just get going here. Flick is high. Everything went from being perfect for Jack. Every shot slotted right where it needs to be. Every challenge and 51 his way to now cannot seem to buy a bucket, as every flick just seems slightly off. Fake is in. Good way to get started. We just saw him flick to that top right corner again. Barely missed it. Nas thinking maybe he's going for it one more time. Turns out it was a fake. Wave dash kickoff for Nas. Not great. Jack is going to go for a delayed shot. Oh, he tried to wave dash off of the side wall inside the net. Is that what I just saw happen? Did Jack go for some insane movement? I think he tried to get an extra wave dash off the inside of the net's wall and didn't hit it. Either that or he tried to miss the whole side wall and wasn't close to doing that. Nass on 6 boost. Gets deleted. Jack brings it to the midfield. Sees where the respawn is. Actually just brought it right at him. I don't know if he was just hoping for Nass not to spawn there, but Jack looked so lethal in his attack for the first 2 games. And even for a good bit of game 3. But the bite is gone. And Nass has a 6-1 lead. 2 minutes and 10 seconds for Jack to try and bring it back. Nass. Air dribble reset. No rush. He will musty. And lob a shot towards the net. Cost Jack a ton of boost to catch, save, and get a possession working, but he's able to pick up his own back corner. Faking. Cut this in. Yes. Nass pre-jumped far enough away from the net that there was still space for Jack to get underneath the ball and carry it to the nets. Wouldn't be able to happen if it was a little bit closer to the back wall, where that dribble would not be possible. Jack has to return to peaking form like we saw before. Wave dash cut. Oh, Nass makes that save. Problem is Nass has leveled back up to the defensive mastermind that we know as well, because this is a great threat towards that opposite side. Jack cuts it all the way back, and Nass never let there be an opening. Had everything covered and is clearly warmed up now. I don't know if it took him a couple warm-up games to get in the zone defensively. Jack half flipped, dunked. Nass just gonna throw another one on net. I think you saw he had the advantage. Knew Jack was on low boost. Nothing he could really do. 8-2. Nass slightly delaying, only jumping after he heard the pre-jump from Jack. Hoping to 50 this well enough, but I don't think he did. Jack will secure a 3rd goal. 48 seconds. Nass attempting the reverse sweep here and seems more than likely to do it. Jack cannot take very long on any one of these possessions. Has to be a score on this take, whether it's a flicker or fake. It has to go in. It did not. Demo. Jack boosting himself back down, and he just missed the first touch, which allows Nass to close the distance and then dunk him. These little mistakes that you cannot get away with. Before was a little bit of placement on some of the shots, and Nass, oh, nice save from Jack. In and out. He tried the curve dash shot. Nass forced him off of it and then didn't seem to react quick enough. If he did react quick enough, he could have shot, or maybe he just has given up here as he knows he's got the win. Jack flicks one in. 3 seconds. Surely there's no way to score 4 goals despite people spamming hold in chat. I think that'll do it. Nass reverse sweep in the best of 5. Takes down, apparently Jack defends his rank 1 spot on the leaderboard above Jack's top 10 position. GG's. GGG's. Nass versus App Jack. Color me surprised? Dude, that was a good series. Yeah, Jack started off really, really well. I think Nass had a little bit of of not showing his form defensively, but also a ton of, you know, great offense from Jack to start. The King of Breezies is back. We've kind of had you on a show match before, right? Because we did some, ooh, okay. We might have another one. Based on what I've heard from chat. Okay, let's see if this guy is still on. I talked to this guy earlier. I think we might have another one, chat. I told Dr. Feer I'd be done by 2. I don't know if she needs me to be done, but I think we'd still be done by 2 either way. All right. Let's do another one. Mr. Appjack is grinding, and is down to go again. We're going to put him against a European player who I think has been playing really well with his RLCS team. Who also dabbles in ones. Who am I inviting, chat? Who have I been especially appreciative of, or complimentary of, I think is what I meant to say. I don't see him on my friends list. Some not bad guesses in chat. Some very not bad guesses. Not correct. A lot of incorrect guesses. But I see where you're coming from. Why can't I see him on... Oh, because Steam disconnected or something? Oh, now he's offline. I think Steam just died, or Steam just pooped his pants. Chat, we really got to stop saying that. I think I blame you guys. Okay, is he in game now? Yes, we're gonna have another one. It's a loser stays situation. Rare, but does happen on occasion. We're gonna pull in Raziers. Tempo was a good shout though, guys. I would also say Tempo has been killing it for his threes team and is a good 1v1er. But I would also say Raziers has been killing it for his team and is a good 1v1er. And is top 10. Let's see. Nas rank 1. Raziers 10. Jack 16. Is Drowley gonna play? I don't know. Maybe Drowley could play some Mina 1v1s. Assuming he's playing in Mina. Or did he go back now? Because Mina regionals are over. Chaz, Razier streaming? He's a big streamer now. And I just can't see him on my friends list for some reason. He's not showing up. Yeah, he is live. Okay. We can watch party his game. Here at the Fear stream, the loser always stays. Nas pop, Nas pop, Nas pop. Fear, when Nas flips through the ball while recovering so that the opponent can't get to the ball in any good way, he will recover and get back to the ball before. He, like for example, instead of giving Jack the ball, he flips through, pops the ball to the moon, and he gets boost and goes off the wall and gets the ball in the sky, the Nas pop. Sweaty OT for Raziers. Proposa, Monkey Moon. Mizixi. Raziers. Bump, demo, bang. Look at him go. It said Fear joined the party, so I must have joined the party. Oh, I just have Raziers and no one else. Oh wait, he already... I need the Appjacks. I can tell if Feet had certain players on a lot by if they're in my phone dictionary. Players like Jinxie do a lot of Fear show matches. No, they don't. No, they do not. All right, Jack's in the game too, so we might have to wait for that. I could afford to use the restroom, so maybe I do that. Should we sit in this screen? Is this a better screen to sit in? More anticipation here. BRB. Did someone say beg for subs? Chat, you guys could subscribe today if you wanted to play marbles later. Okay, I'm gonna give apparently Jack orange, or sorry, blue, because he just lost an orange. So therefore, he doesn't have to try and win again on the same color. So generous. Chat, here we go! It's Appjack versus Raziers. Apparently Jack down to grind some ones show matches. I think he wants to get crisp in 1v1. I don't know if that's just because he wants to use a little bit of the off season per se to get, you know, prepared for one's RLCS coming later in the year, or if he just loves a good 1v1 like we all do. But coming off of a previous match against Nas, I highly recommend checking that one out if you haven't already. It was a good one. He's down to go again. Plus, we're going to be spoiling it here. Nice flick to make it 1-1. Spoiling it, you might think Jack is playing again. Surely that means he won, but actually, he lost the last 3 games to get reverse swept, but is down to go again. And now we have Raziers to take him down. Raziers of Magnifico. Chat, if you guys haven't been watching the RLCS, you need to. It's been a good splits coming into the Boston Major. And specifically, one of the fun teams to watch was Magnifico. And if there was a guy to pick from Magnifico to watch, it was Raziers. Raziers might have hit the clip of the season so far, chat. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there's lots of different clips we could take a look at and decide, you know, which is the best. But Raziers had one of the best air dribbles off the back wall that you'll see in a long, long time, which is unfortunate for Diaz, who has, you know, gotten that dribble pretty much coined after him. Now the most memorable one will be a Raziers play, but Diaz, of course, does it in ones. We actually haven't seen Diaz use his full field dribbles too much in threes because he is so controlled with them. They are kind of like a slow breakdown that he somehow dances through the air with. Not sure how much it translates as much to ones, but we really shouldn't talk about Diaz too much. I was about to talk more about Diaz and how his RLCS season's going, but chat, I think, roast me for talking too much about Diaz anyways. Raziers and Jack! They're the ones who are playing. Magnifico did just barely miss out. In fact, no, it was Man City who played against Jack's team. Magnifico had a chance. If they had won against Vitality, they would have been in this tiebreaker situation and maybe could have played for it, but they did not make it through. So Jack played against Man City in order to try and qualify through the tiebreaker, which he did. So Jack headed to Boston. Raziers not yet. Raziers has a team switch up though. So him and Atomic on the lookout for a third after I've heard that Tox no longer going to be playing with him for the Paris major portion of the season. Chat, who are they going to add? Type in chat right now. Maybe you already have the leaks and you know. Jack cutting this around. Raziers. Raziers, as I was showing chat before we got started, is, I think, number 10 on the leaderboard. We had Nas, who is rank 1 on the leaderboard. Raziers, number 10. Jack, I was wrong about him being top 10. He's top 16. We can just say it was top 10 EU. I'm sure he probably is. Got to be at least 4 6 non-Europeans, I should say, up in that top 10. First time chatter says he's going to team with me. Should we trust him? Something tells me he's to be trusted. Jack on a catch and flick, goes top left and gets a third goal halfway through the game. Early lead for Raziers. Raziers live, by the way. Worth checking out his stream if you want to see his POV. Raziers has been streaming a bunch. I think his stream has been doing really well. I don't know if there are a lot of streams for the German-speaking crowd out there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who are the big Rocket League? I wouldn't know because I don't speak German, so I don't go looking for them. Are there a lot of German-speaking streams out there? Or is Raziers taking over the number 1 spot? Raziers 1-2 counter as Jack goes diving in for corner boost. Jack punished for his greed. Das Jinxie. Jinxie does not speak German. I don't think. I guess I don't know. Jack down 2. With 2 minutes left to go. Hooks a power shot high. Raziers is waiting so long to challenge here. Feels like he's letting Jack get his setup. As Jack zap dashes his way back to the corner. Able to jump and actually guide this ball off target without getting demoed. Then he gets a demo himself when landing back down on the other side. I think that's why Jack so quickly single jumped and popped off the wall to clear that. It's because he's trying to survive in the process of getting it clear. Raziers pinning this one to the sidewall so he stays in control. Jack isn't worried about this. He knows it's too high. So he waited it out, but then he got faked out. Little bump shots to pop the ball. Jack 50s and gets himself a 5th. Really just Razier's put that right back into Jack's car. He didn't have a lot to work with. Not a ton of boost. Just kind of catching back up to the play. But he did do the work originally to put that in an awkward spot on Razier's car. Resets, power shots, and a nice shot from Jack. He was still in the process of trying to save it. Pretty sure he dropped the quick shot. Or, sorry, the quick chat. Nice shot. While he was still on his way up. Delay kickoff. Jack, ooh, chain dash on that curve of the corner to get a demo. He would not have enough speed without it. But he sees his opportunity, takes Razier's out, and it's 6-7 on the scoreboard. Wave dash kickoff mirrored. Jack gets out into the orange half and is able to guide the ball back into his control. Air dribble cringe. We haven't seen a ton of it. Razier's gets around an ADC and just gives the ball right back though, and leaves it open for apparently Jack. I think he was expecting to be able to get a sidewall double here or something and didn't get the first touch that he wanted. So instead, it went behind him. And it was free. Razier's flick demo regains his lead right back. Jack tried to half flip out of what he thought was a bad challenge. Still couldn't get back in time. Has a chance here on kickoff. Goes delay wave dash. Not able to pick up the midfield 100. Razier's needs to play keep away. And I'm not sure he has. I think Jack might have a chance here. It's going to be awkward. He's on the wrong side of the ball. So he can't go up there and make a play because it would just be slamming it into unscorable position. So instead, Razier's does that and does secure the game to make it 8-7 and go up 1-0. Rico, they with the 37 million viewer raid. Slaterbot is still undefeated. Hasn't dropped a game against anyone. Hopefully, we can one day get it on EU. Game 2. Razier's almost looked like he was going to get a reset off the ball after getting bumped into it. Flicks this one over the crossbar. Both these guys playing chicken on the ball. Jack does get his 100 boost that he was waiting for in the corner. Razier's going to get here too early. In fact, Jack even got there too early on his second roll through. Jack chaining dashes out to the midfield to yoink away the midfield 100 and actually might even get this ball headed towards the net. Cost him all his boost that he had stolen to do that. What a redirect from Razier's. And a power touch. Oh my goodness, Razier's. So quickly counterattacking here. With, I mean, it's not a full psycho setup, but the redirect off his back wall to pass to himself and then a great single jump shot to just slot it into the top shelf. Big kickoff loss. Razier's can't do anything to stop it. Razier's slamming this one high. Instead, will back off to the corner. Jack followed him there and then stole it away. We've seen him be really aggressive in those positions, and he kind of hides too on Razier's POV. It's hard to see what he's up to. Jack reset at around ceiling height. Oh my goodness! If only he was on the orange team, he could have attempted one of the most beautiful psychos ever. Because he had the ball in a perfect position to psycho it, but you don't want to be that far underneath the ball when you're trying to score on the net that's right in front of you. Braziers resets, front flip shot. Jack manages to guide it into crossbar, and now is currently turtled in his own half. Did undercut Braziers there for a second. Backflip to pop this ball away, and he will close it into the corner and go for that 50. Jack intentionally playing patiently here in defense. Should be able to pick up the midfield 100. Wants to chase Braziers off the play. Braziers says, I don't mind sticking around here with 64 boost. You can go grab that 100 boost. I'll just make a play on the ball. Shot doesn't find its way through, but he'll go all the way to a full resets. Diaz's favorite position. Off the ceiling, Jack challenged early. Pogo from Braziers. Musty is weak. Jack now back the other way. He's got a reset and did a great job. There's so many different ways to finish this, and that is what a great setup is. You see Jack get it. He could fake, maybe go near post. He could get out on the left side of the ball, front flip it towards the right, or he could do one that I didn't even think was one of the ones he would go for, which is just fall underneath the ball and use the tail end of his car to pop it top shelf, threatening just about the entirety of the net with that play. Jack now air dribbled, use the resets, make it 3-2. Jack in the lead. I know it's not the highlight of this play, but you see the purple on that ring for the ball right when it's at the midfield line? Orange, blue on both sides, purple in the middle. Definitely didn't exist before. How new is it? Just tell me it isn't 3 years old. Please tell me it was a somewhat recent patch. Braziers 50 works great off the kickoff, or I should say the first possession he got off kickoff, as he gets wheels on the ball right as Jack looks to challenge. Maybe we could get a Moxie match. If not today, maybe tomorrow, assuming Moxie's still around and wants to keep playing some ones. Moxie. Oh, Moxie, not Moxie. Braziers! We're just talking about Moxie, but it's Braziers who hit the clip. The pogo shots. Braziers seems to be very good at getting every kind of pogo shot you can want. A lot of the times, players feel like they need to get out kind of behind the ball and pogo forward towards it. But you can see there, Braziers almost tilted backwards as he landed. Still able to get that power and slot it in. 4-3. Braziers on absolutely zero boost. Jack gonna bump him off and will backflip it in. Jack bumps to the side wall off the kickoff. Braziers will make it 5-4. This is the Moxie Classic. We were talking about Moxie accidentally called Braziers Moxie. That's Moxie's favorite kickoff. The wave dash bump to secure the goal. Jack will take a equally as effective kickoff on the next one. Both of them going standard. Jack just there. Think of it earlier. Braziers side flipping this one to the side wall. Resets. He took this very intentionally out to the midfield and then wave dash shot it back. Jack felt like he could have backflipped to save this. Did he just not process it in time? I like this setup from Braziers. Did not allow Jack to challenge. Oh, he just at the last second, he decided to drive forward when he needed to be going back. And you could tell he just wasn't able to swap back to the half flip in time. Jack almost straight up own gold here, and a demo from Braziers will make it 7-5. Braziers delaying. Mustian. Jack gives him the nice shots. The hard work is really done off the kickoff. Big kickoff win. Able to pick up the 100, and Jack's always going to be rotating in from far out of the play as he tries to get 100 of his own and be able to make a save. 50 seconds, Jack. Bumps off his angle. Ooh, what a challenge. Jack has been doing these challenges that have surprised me multiple times. Hasn't exactly paid off, though, but he does need to be playing this level of aggression down 30 seconds. Jack had a reset, wasn't able to use it. Braziers will take it away. 9-5 and game number 2. Jack just played a series where he went up 2-0 dominantly, only to get reverse swept. Maybe he's setting up a similar situation. Jack, well, nice musty, goes underneath. 6-9. Braziers not able to save this one. Maybe it came out with less power than he thought. It would still take miracle kickoffs, and Braziers not interested in the miracle. Just fakes the kickoff right away to remove much of the volatility from it, and will wave dash in a 10th goal. 6-10. Braziers up 2-0. Jack going to be the one to have to reverse sweep this time. Sweaty Carnes, thank you for the 17 months, tier 1. Alien Escape really wants to make Nas pop a thing. Game number 3. Jack dunking this straight over the top of his ears. Braziers thought maybe he would go for a bump or try and undercut Jack. Does let him just get possession. Jack wanted to fake it, but Braziers covered all the angles well. Still works out for Jack. As he gets sent straight back down on the ground, so he's able to get to the corner boost first and be ready to go. The show matches are, of course, never pre-recorded, despite what chat likes to pretend. Nice top right. Wait, how did this go into the top right? Braziers, did he just... Oh, he pinched it. Oh, no, he just backflip shot it. Wow. Jack was trying to clear it across the field, and Braziers just ripped a backflip all the way top right. Jack is going to get another goal 1 off the right side wall. Braziers not able to connect on a kickoff goal. Pre-flip on the reset from Jack. Oh, he couldn't decide how he wanted to recover. This is such a slow recovery from Jack. This did not have to be a goal, I don't think. But you got to pick. Either land in reverse or drive up the nets. And Jack just did neither and just kind of hung out there for a second. And that means Braziers' recovery is sure to be better. You guys see what you're doing to the first-time chatters? They're entertaining you that it might be pre-recorded. Jack gets himself a free net that Braziers handed to him. Braziers stream pre-recorded. I had Braziers record the stream, and Jack got in, and then I recorded the stream. And then I overplayed your guys' new original chats over the top of the pre-recorded gameplay. And then, and this is the crazy part, also predicted all of the things you guys were going to say at the exact right time. And that sounds like something that happened. Pinch? Ooh, it is in fact a pinch. Is it in? It bounced off the corner. Not quite. Off the post and out. Jack decides to cut it towards the opposite post as opposed to potentially faking. Bringing it down. Wave that shot. Jack can't get it. It sneaks past. I felt like Jack was in position. We've seen him close the distance to try and challenge early, but again, just barely not able to get there. Braziers off the ceiling. Jack waiting on the wall. Oh my goodness, the musty. Braziers can find the power. It's 72 kilometers per hour. Who knows how fast it was before the crossbar took some of the heat off of it. Braziers can do that confidently. Just goes to show how good he is at those mechanics, especially the musty in these 1v1 situations. If you launch a weak one, you can put yourself in a really tough spot, begging to be counterattacked. So when you go for them, you have to be certain that you know you can place it well and put power on it. Enough so that if you can't, you really shouldn't even try them at all. But Braziers clearly can. He feels very comfortable knowing he's going to get maximum power, perfect placement. Jack will 50 to equalize. Jack got the reset, but then just pulled off the ball and let Braziers essentially dunk it in. Any idea what happened to RL Duels? I don't know. I was really bummed because they stopped updating it. But my guess is the creators just kind of lost interest in the project. Nice little tempo ground pinch flick. But yeah, rlduels.gg was the best. I used to use it all the time. Problem is now, you want to know what's really sad? Is almost everybody would be considered inactive, I bet. According to the RL Duels rule. Maybe not. I guess Donathon was recent enough. So anybody who played Donathon would maybe not be inactive. But there would be a lot of inactive 1v1ers according to the rules. We want more entertainment show matches, like a pro versus 4 plats. That has been done many times before. We could do it again. I feel like there's a little bit of a resurgence of that, maybe because of the Jinxie matches. Like the Jinxie match was really good. Jinxie versus the 7 pros was some of the best, you know, Rocket League content we've seen in a long time. And the thing is, it's just the exact same concept we've done 1,000 times. There's only so many concepts in Rocket League, you know? And the one good guy versus the many not so good guys has been done 1 trillion times. Nice air dribble 50. But it was just done really well by, you know, everybody who was involved in that one. Braziers getting a 2-goal lead here, trying to finish off the sweep. I think there are some Europeans who would be down to try against Slater, but no one has beaten Slater in any game mode. Not even a single game. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a European who's able to do it. Jack makes the save, gets the counter, and insists you all spam it in the chat. Jack does not want to take this ball to the corner where Braziers is stealing his boost. He would much rather tie the game. So he's not going to. He sees Braziers getting way over aggressive on the boost steals. Says, I'll gladly take my tie game. And I swear I just saw this series, but in the opposite direction. In the Nas Jack series, Nas was able to force another game in a very tight one, but I don't know if Jack is going to be able to force another game in this one because I was talking about Brazier's musties. He clearly feels good about them, and he launches another one, 119 kilometers per hour. This one did not get slowed down by the post, or sorry, the crossbar, and it's 8-7 in his favor. Razier's a kickoff goal that gives him advantage, I would say, as well as big. But that demo might be enough to get Jack. Oh, no, he missed that shot. He wants to chase down another bump. Won't be able to get it. Picking up pads here. Again, trying to play keep away as Razier's close to distance. That touch might be enough to take it away and end the series. Razier's... Actually, that musty was not what the doctor ordered. It's going to give the ball to Jack. Razier's deep fake challenge. Jack able to hold his wits about him. This clear is enough. Jack can't get there. 3 straight for Razier's. GG's. Razier's takes Jack down and wins the series in a sweep. GG's chats. GG's. 8-7, 10-6, 8-7. The NAS pop. Chat, do you guys want the NAS pop and it's just a moon JPEG with a black box around it? Did you tell Jack this isn't Make-A-Wish? And that he... Chat, you guys are being... What has happened to you guys? Oh my goodness, does Jack want to go again? Jack's just trying to rip out matches, dude. Let's see. Chat, is the mock still live? He's Moxie _, right? Okay, he's live, and if he's live, he's definitely down to game. Let me just let me just go talk to Dr. Feer, make sure she didn't plan anything around when I said I was gonna be done. How much is a lock back in here? We good. Did you guys send the message to the mock? Or do I need to? Wow! Can you guys say W stream? So many matches today. W apparently jacked, dude. He just wants to freaking grind, bro. W grind from apparently Jack. Zen versus Jinxie, Zen versus Zen, Zen versus Slater, Zen versus Moxie, Zen versus Jinxie. Why not Zen? Zen no eyes versus me, Zen versus Slater, Zen versus Feer. Who do you guys think mustache underscore TTV wants to see play? Chat, who do you guys think mustache TTV wants to see play? If you had to guess. Zen versus Fear, you want Zen versus Fear. F Jack, we want Zen. Where is Zen? Why not Zen? Zen versus Moxie, Zen versus Jinxie, Zen versus Slater, Zen versus Zen, Zen versus Moxie, Zen versus No Eyes versus me. Zen no feet versus Moxie, Zen no hands versus me. Me sleeping versus Zen. Zen versus me and my friend. Zen versus Slater, Zen versus Fear. Me versus Zen. Zen versus me. Zen versus Zen. Zen versus Rawas. Zen versus Drowley. Zen versus Moxie. Zen versus Razir. Zen versus Nupo. Zen versus Soxy. Zen versus Nas. Zen versus Rawas, Zen versus Vatira, Zen versus Zato, Zen versus Nupo, Zen versus Drowley, Zen versus Zapjack, Zen versus Moxie. Throw in Zen. We want to see Zen, bro. Do Zen, please. You think he can get Zen to play 1v1 show matches again? Zen 1v1 show match would be so entertaining. And do you know how tall Drowley is? We broke the streak. Golgamesh! Thank you. For the brand new Prime. Zen alt account? We broke the streak, dude. Okay. All right. Let's get it going. Okay, I'm gonna switch Jack's color again. And I'm put Jack on orange. Not to throw him off, but I'm just trying to like, blue didn't work, orange didn't work. Let's try orange again. Okay. Actually, let's ask him. Anyone care what color? Let's let them decide. I picked for them 2 times in a row. This time they pick. Moxie can choose. Moxie usually picks blue, I think. Yeah, he wants blue. Okay, let's do it. Chat, here we go! The show matches continue until morale improves. It's Moxie versus Appjack. Jack continues to want to grind after the couple show matches we've seen here on the channel today. You should see on the YouTube page here before this one. The Mock is back. Mr. Moxie, who we haven't seen from in a while because it's been RLCS 3's season. And Moxie, not much involved in the RLCS 3 season. I don't know if he's been grinding, staying in tip-top shape. I do think he's somewhere highly rated in the 1v1 leaderboard, but that is basically always a guaranteed assumption. Jack, rank 16. I think Moxie's rated higher. The question is, how many accounts does he have rated higher? Because Moxie just seems to farm 1v1 MMR as a job. It basically is. Ketchupole, they were the 13 months tier 1. Moxie not picking up the midfield 100, but he has looked crisp so far. He, like Jack's previous opponents, was also live. Moxie underscore, if you haven't followed Moxie on Twitch yet. If you're a 1v1 fan, it is basically a must follow. This is the only guy out there who is desperately attempting to give you the 1v1 content you love and enjoy at every moment of every stream. Which is why he has, in the past, gotten so many different accounts to make sure he can get games, and has caught a lot of heat from various people in the community for doing so. Moxie reset top shelf is in. Can you do Nupo versus Moxie or Appjack next? I don't know if Nupo is interested in ones right now. Moxie reset ground 50. I think Jack is in a grinding mindset, trying to see where his ones game could improve. He seems to want to play just about any and everyone. Moxie coming off of a World Championship loss. Actually, not quite. He did play in the Donathon a little bit. We set up the Donathon almost to protect against Moxie. As he goes for a ground pinch, Jack is able to guide it away. So no goal off the ground pinch. But the double or nothing challenge that we ran specifically had a low % chance for Moxie to get chosen because it seemed so likely that he would get a bunch of wins, which he's doing right now. Look at this save from Moxie. Landing off of the inside of his net and then jumping quickly back out. It's not going to show the whole thing on the replay, but insane performance from Moxie so far to make it 6-0. Moxie versus Slater is going to do numbers. Yeah, Moxie against Slater, it's interesting. Do you guys think that Moxie's playstyle will do best against the bots? Another ground pitch attempt denied by Jack. I think Diaz might have been the better matchup because it's so it struggles with reset saves. What a save from Moxie. Whereas I don't think it struggles as hard with flicks. Maybe not. And the bigger thing is I think Slater's getting better all the time. So I think by the time Moxie plays it, it might even be improved over the one that Diaz got to play. Jack on the board. Nobody scores on him 7 times in a row. He says, I'm sure. I think the original quote for that was a tennis quote anyways. When someone in the tennis world finally beat an opponent that had rocked them a bunch. I bring that up because Jack, I think, played tennis. So maybe he can appreciate the reference. Moxie will chip this around and make it 7-1. Jack pre-flipping to get a second goal. Has not given up in this game number 1 despite the huge surge from Moxie to start. Moxie cut flick. Oh my goodness, it's been a while since we've seen these. But they're back. The Moxie flicks. He sees Jack in the corner, doesn't let the ball hit the ground, and then, oh, just rips it from distance. Slater plays 1v1 very bump heavy. Moxie loves himself a good bump, but mostly off of his initial flicks. Whereas if you shadow even briefly against Slater, it'll just air dribble bump you. Moxie pre-flip. Did not get it. Jack dashing himself onto the wall, trying to be creative in the air. The ground pitch game is for some reason very relevant in this series so far. We're only a few minutes in, but we've seen more ground pinches attempted than we have all day in just this one game. Moxie actually used the reset he got to maintain possession after Jack took the ball away from him. Now passing to himself off of the ceiling. Wanted to set up a hook shot. Jack actually yoinks the ball and the boost away. If he could have got... Oh, he did get one more touch. Nice play from Jack. I was going to say if he could have gotten power on this flick, he could have scored. But he found another way to do it even without power on the flick, which is just one more little touch right when Moxie looked to dive in. Moxie just left the ball. Oh, the clang heard all around the arena. As Jack honestly would have needed that and a lot more. It looks like he's going for a psycho for the fans, because why not? Down this much in the game. Moxie slots it top right. Jack resets. And we'll slowly walk it in. Moxie does not get faked. 11-3. Appjack will get one more on the wave dash kickoff. So ultimately, game number 1 gonna end with 10 plus goals for Moxie. Not a terrible, scoring showing necessarily. You don't win very many games scoring only 4 goals, but certainly with a bit more shirt up defense, this could be a close game. For now, it's Moxie domination. Game 2. The mock looks built different so far. Not to spoil the previous series, I recommend checking them out on YouTube now, but I will be spoiling them if you haven't already gone back and watched them in chronological order. Apparently Jack now on a 6-game losing streak. After going up 2-0 against NAS, unfortunately led up the reverse sweep and then the straight up sweep against Ruziers. So 7 straight losses, because you have to add the one that Moxie just got. So 7 straight game losses. He is hoping to break that here in this game number 2 as Moxie collects carries and scores at 1-1. Jack, air dribble from the back wall, flick. Needed to have a bit more power to really threaten. Moxie just camped out on the inside of the net to make the save. Jack will try again. Another Diaz challenge. This time a little kiss off the ceiling, and then the fake shot will do. Moxie believed, and that's what matters. Jack takes the lead. Moxie expecting the wave dash power shots. Moxie low 50 is in. Was threatening the left side of the nets for a good portion of this. He could jump and flick it like he normally does. Jack was kind of shadowing, prepping to be able to save that, as that is often where Moxie likes to go. And then recognized too late the ball had been dropped and was going for a low 50. So Moxie will equalize. Jack, hook shot. Oh my goodness. Jack got a ton of power on this. It's just a pretty standard 1v1 play. Bring the ball to the midfield and then boom, a hook shot, but 116 kph is a bit special. Jack, you can see zoning Moxie out of the play there. Very intentionally driving to make sure he cannot make a play on the ball, and then going to pick it up. Jack catch, demo, that's the Slater play. This looks like how Slater would do it. Just fall in front of the ball and go demo on every single play. And this one worked well. I didn't even see. I was reading a little bit of chat, and I just didn't even see Moxie on the screen. Did he chase Jack down off of the kickoff? I mean, the replay didn't even help me, because I still didn't see Moxie on screen. So he must have, I don't know. Moxie slowly working this one in and does do so. Jack lost the kickoff. All of a sudden, I'm less interested in looking at the chat. Jack touches it right to the back of Moxie. Couple camera checks as Jack floats behind the ball and counters the early pre-jump. Nice play from Jack. Moxie wanted to stop the air dribble, went to the ceiling, and then he did stop the air dribble, but couldn't recover down low enough in time. Hook shot. Ooh, top rights. Jack drops him the nice shots. Moxie just dashing like crazy in order to set that up. Jack undercuts Moxie and shoots towards the net. 7-4. Jack has had a rough go of it in the past few games. Oh, nice flick from Moxie. Could really afford to get a win, to equalize in the series, and to return himself to competition here in these series. Interesting pickup and dash from Jack. It was all to try and avoid a demo play again. Jack able to steal this one away, heads to the ceiling, gets the reset. Did not need to get back. He was trying to prep in case the ball bounced off the post and he needed to get another touch, but it just fell directly in. Jack did not go for a play on the ball because he knew Moxie was moving in for a physical play, and if he had went to try and clear or pop it away, he probably would have got himself demoed or bumped. So he just let Moxie chase down the bump instead. Now Moxie's still going to hang out underneath this giveaway and get a 6th goal. Jack may be winning now, but it is a long road to the end of the game. Minute 40. Really high scoring game. Jack might have to put up double digits to get the win like Moxie did in the first one. The difference is Moxie actually has a chance to put up double digits too. Air dribble cringe. Jack did enough to stop the first, not the second. Jack, kickoff win into the blue half. Elected to not go for the initial shot. Instead, goes for the demo. Cancels his flip nicely to shoot on the open nets. Haven't paid attention to the 1v1 scene in a while. Who is the current top 5? You know, the 1v1 scene has been a bit inactive. But if I had to pick a top 5, I would pick Nas, Dupo, Moxie, Diaz, Atto. Is that 5? Did I miss anyone, chat? Jack does get his 10th goal. Oh, Rawas maybe. Yeah. Rawas can maybe take Atto's spot. Atto played really well in the 1v1 Donathon, though. I can't remember who he played against. I'd have to double check again. I feel like Atto greatness is on its way in 1s after what I've been seeing from him in 3s, but might be premature. Might be better to have Rawas. Rawas, Nupo, Nas, Moxie. Pogo shot, backflip from Jack. Makes it 11-7. This is a good clapback, and there's the GG. He does not want to wait any longer. Game number 2 goes to Jack. I don't know if I put Drally, Yan, or Shoddy above any of the ones I said, right? Maybe Drally. Rewa, Snoopo, Nass, Moxie, Diaz. Feels like a strong top 5. Maybe Drally could be above, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Diaz is on a 3s team. He's on Space Station Gaming in NA. Moxie. Reset shots denied by apparently Jack. Thought maybe Moxie would pre-flip there. He was so far away from the ball. That was the only way he could have got anything going. Jack with just heavy touches constantly while going top speed. Hard to control, and he does give the ball away. Little bump, and Moxie uses that to make it 2-0. Jack sidewall dribble, takes it out to the midfield early. Now needs to bring it back to the net. 50! Just forces the ball through with his wheels. Did a good job playing it away from a spot where you can use the back wall or the side wall to help play defense. So often now in the ones game, as somebody gets a sidewall air dribble, if they take it too directly towards the net, they can be challenged by the defender moving up the back wall. Oh my goodness, Moxie. I think you should have saved that. I think he tried to line up a backflip to like really launch the ball out or something. And it did not work. It did not work at all. Jack. Air dribble wants another wheel 50. Not gonna get it, and did not buy enough time like he thought he did. Thought he had earned himself a wave dash recovery to the corner boost. But Moxie had another plan. Moxie hook shots. What a counter after that save on the post. I can't tell if people are joking or not. It's never pre-recorded. I feel like I'm getting one guide every time, but it'll be someone I don't recognize as a memer saying it, and I'm like, oh no, he genuinely thinks it's pre-recorded. It's not. Moxie. Nice 50 to get a 5-2 lead. Jack able to pop the ball away while pre-flipping into the corner to grab the 100. Decides to leave Moxie's attacking 100, or Moxie's, I guess, defending. Jack's attacking 100. He could have gone in to pick it up before going for a play on the ball. Prioritized playing the ball, but then the play he made on the ball was not something that felt worth prioritizing. Gave it away. Now it's 6-2. Moxie delay kickoff. RLCS 1v1 is very much still a thing. It's just not at every major like it was last season. It's equivalent to the last chance qualifier. There'll be some 1v1 tournaments towards the end of the season just to qualify people for Worlds. Moxie sees himself in open nets. And he will take it off the kickoff. 7-3. When Moxie won his first game, it was like this one. But honestly, even more so in his favor. Definitely felt like it was his the whole way through. Can Jack make the Moxie fans feel scared to really continue to handle the ball away? I feel like Moxie just went for a pinch, even though he could have taken the ball and tried to score it on the ground. I don't know if just for style or if I was wrong about thinking he had a chance to just score quickly. Pre-flip. Dunked, taken away. Jack should be able to get there in time. And it's 7-4. Jack chaining some dashes in hopes of a demo. Didn't connect. Jack stole this one away. Moxie just handed it to him. Oh, what a save from Moxie. I did not expect him to return. I thought he just handed a goal away. But Moxie somehow teleported back to the net and made the save. Jack pre-jumped. It didn't work as well as he would have liked. Moxie just misses the wide open nets. And will now have to try and do it in a much tougher fashion than just scoring the freebie. Jack has the ball floating away from the net, so he needs to find a way to bring it back. Multiple resets could do it. But he went for one reset and a touch. Couldn't quite get it to target. We'll have to do it again. Falling away from the ball. His reset allows him to wave dash back towards it, but not enough to really create a scoring chance. 8-4. Moxie not going to be able to pick up his own back corner. Jack needs to use this boost somehow to beat a zero boost defender in nets. Going to be hard to do. Have to be pretty efficient with every last bit of that boost. Did steal the midfield from Moxie. So this would have been a good possession. They likely eventually could have gotten something going on, but he doesn't have time to. Demo. Now he has to chase back to the ball, turn around. Moxie should respawn in time. And Moxie actually just dove on the ball. So he will stop it and get his second game win. Unless it doesn't hit the ball or it doesn't hit the ground yet. It will now. Surely it hits ground. Game 3 to Moxie. He is one game away from the series win. Yeah, so I just called the pineapple and they say Feer has been staying there with no computer for the past 3 months. Stream is not pre-recorded. Can we get Dark versus Appjack? I messaged Dark today. I don't think he responded. Dark might still be down to play matches. Who knows? Who won Baba versus Tex? The fans. Check it out on the YouTube. Pre-recorded slop. Red Mob. Even you. Even you. He truly is a Fear chatter. Game number 4. The Mock versus apparently Jack. Jack gonna need to lock in to take down the European champion. And it's gonna start off game number 4. Down 1-0. Chat, what's a word you want me to say that would let you know for absolute sure it's not pre-recorded? No way I thought of it ahead of time before you guys typed it. Jack, ooh, tried to go for an immediate power shot. A lot of these are baits that I'm not going to fall for. Jack finds his way to an open net. Okay, sure, I'll say it. Have you ever had a dream that you have, that you would, that you could, that you do, that you would, that you want, that you could, that you do, that you do, that you could? I'm reading it all the way through it. It's so long. That you wanted to do so much you could do anything. Jack bringing the ball down off the resets. Has another chance in the air. It's just going to roll through and 50 and it'll work. Say Zen has Sigma Riz 67 no Gyat from a first time chatter. You're going to fit in just fine here, Riley 2K. Jack. Ceiling pinch. Now back into his own corner. He's held possession what feels like way more this game number 4. And this might be a good sign for him going forward. Ultimately, never felt like he had a chance to actually shoot on this play, and it cost him all his boost and possession. So he will back off now. Moxie loves his flick. He'll go to it. Jack keeps it out for now. Ball in a bit of a dangerous position. Wait, Moxie was in way too deep. Can he dodge this demo? No! It almost feels even worse to just get blasted by a front flip instead of getting demoed. Moxie tried to get away and just got launched. Right as he started to jump, I think, to get out of the way was when Jack made contact, which just launched him. I guess I'll pause since they're not moving. Hello. Is this a strategy, Moxie? Did I just... It seems like he... Chat says he... Yeah, DC'd. Okay, 253 or something like that. Um, 3-1 to you at 253 or some 252. Feel free to practice your pogos. Think I convinced him. think he's gonna go for pogos. While we wait for Moxie to come back. 3-1 at 252. Oh! Should I just go in and take it away now? Before I forget? Chat spammed L, they didn't like it. Not good enough. Let me make sure Moxie isn't like asking to join the party, which is exactly what he's doing. Oh! Double pogo? All right. 232. We're back. We're not back. Oh, we can remake. It was 255? Wait, was it really? 252? Sorry. Okay. All right. Fine. What did I say? Why did I say 232? Am I insane? Did they leave? They left, right? They left. Okay. 252, 3-1 Jack. All right, chat. Chill. This is your guys' fault somehow. $252. 3-1 to Jack. Let this countdown go first. Then we pause it. 3-1. Is it, you say 252? Okay, I don't want to get it wrong again. Surely I can't get it wrong that many times in a row. All right, we're playing Rocket League once again. Big old freeze from the mock, and then that server got all messed up. So we're into this one now. Don't say scam. It was not 255. Don't say goldfish memory. It's hard, okay? I sentence every last one of the chatters to go live and do calculus in front of the stream, because that's essentially what remembering what time was on the clock is. Moxie wave dash kickoff. Tactical pause, maybe, because he's immediately equalized upon returning to the server. Delay kickoff from Jack. Tries to boom the initial goal. Moxie makes the first save and almost lined up a shot. Moxie into the corner. How is his aerial gameplay? He loves himself a ceiling reset. Floats behind the ball. Fakes the musty. Goes low. Nice save from Jack. Now he'll try again. This time starting from the attacking corner. Using the flip to do what he was hoping was get around Jack. As Jack was showing high on the back wall defensively. Moxie, can he get the dish? He does! Simple for a mock. And I believe it's 3 straight goals upon returning. How close was Jack? Great little wave dash, sideways wave dash into side flip to get that shot. Moxie, maybe gonna launch a flick it seemed, but actually drove back underneath the ball. Now, passing to himself in the corner. Oh, what a powerful side flip. Surprising that he was able to make this play. I mean, Jack didn't seem to expect it either. He's hanging out much closer to the ball than he should be if he knew that this was coming. Oh, Moxie's just going to dunk this straight in. Why did Jack just try and act like Moxie is Jinxie? Did he think it was a fake? He tried to speed flip chip it around him, which, I mean, that's only working against non-pros, really, or someone you think is not going to the kickoff or is very delaying it. So Jack must have expected a big delay from Moxie and thought he could chip it around him. Jack. Pre-flip from Moxie. Oh my goodness. Jack even gives him the immediate nice shot because he knows it's saucy. Hanging out near the play. 0 boost left over. Delayed pop. 47 seconds for Jack to stay alive. He has voluntarily put himself through the ringer here of a lot of great 1v1ers. Nas, Raziers, and Moxie. And Moxie has not gone easy. Has put up at least 7 goals a game. One of those times, Jack scored 11. So he wasn't able to beat him then. But every other time, he's held Jack to 4 or less, which is resulting in a dominant game win and a dominant series win. That is, can he keep him from scoring one more? Maybe I'm wrong about him holding him to 4 or less in his wins, because there is 30 seconds for Jack to get another. Jack, air dribble reset, musty, saved. Everything's going Moxie's way. Much better recovery from Jack from a similar position we saw earlier in the stream. Pre-flip shot didn't work quite as well as it did last time. Moxie trying to force the Evo flick, as it's often called. Lean back reset. Moxie is a freestyler now? What's going on? Since when? Game 4 to the mock. GG's. Little horse dash to celebrate. GG's. Alrighty, chatters. Y'all remember Moxie's 14-second 3-goal comeback on Zen? I just tuned in and turbo spoiled myself. That is what this little overlay does too. I think right there feels good. Down for other matches soon, by the way. Since ranked isn't playable, and then I'm starting to train again, just to let you know. Smiley face. Sounds good. Looks like the 1v1 scene is back, gamers. The 1v1 scene is back. Let's rejoice. Let us rejoice. Chats, it's the 3rd hour of stream. We have 9 subs. I just want to explain why we're not going to play marbles right now. Okay? I hope you understand. It's just not how it works. I had a good time today. My original plan, chat, when I started the day was to finish with a Mario speedrun. I know you guys are used to the Mario speedruns at the start of the stream. And everybody's been clamoring all day long saying, what is the deal with the Rocket League? Give us the Mario speedruns. And I was going to do it at the end, but I can't. No Red Mob. We did 4 matches today. We did Bebaba Techs, 3 Jack matches. So we did 4 matches today, chat. You're not getting aired, the mob. You're not getting aired. We're gonna stream tomorrow. I think we're gonna do Arsenal Slater tomorrow, assuming we nail down a time for that. And we might just do a bunch of ones matches and stuff before it, because it seems like people are in grind time. Okay, so basically you can't play Mario because you're not actually here. You guys didn't even. I was making it up that you guys wanted Mario. I'm the one who said that. See, all the people riding in the streets, Fear, it's because your microtransactions locked marbles. Revive the NA1 scene. Here's the thing. During the NA1's time, when people would want to play, I have to watch my kids nowadays. Back in the day, I used to be able to stream during that time because I didn't have kids. So it was a decent time to watch them. If I gift 5, can we play marbles? Sure. It's not enough, but you'll gift 5? Wait, if both of you guys give 5, now we're talking. Hey, Cookie Chris, I need the 5. Should I pre-jump the music? Should I pre-jump it? Do we have another 5? W Cookie Crisp. Dropping the 5 in the chats. Because he wants to play marbles to end the stream. Marbles at the end of the stream, or when he asks. Hep Siegel, thank you for the gifted. 15? Technically we're 6 away, but if that one other guy who said he'd do 5 does 5. Look at all the plays, dude. You guys' names are like exactly the same length too. Why are so many of you guys have the exact same length name? Any more 5ers in the chat? Support the man's family. Remind me why you changed the marbles music. DMCA caught the last one. Chat, you know what DMCA also caught? I'll tell you if you give me a even one more sub, because we're getting close to a hype train. DMCA also one time caught this song. I decided to just hope it was unlucky and have it never happen again. It hasn't happened again yet.
Always something on my mind, a kind of magic in the air. I'm on the run to a sunny paradise with crowded beaches everywhere. I'm just a girl who's looking for some fun. It's time to get things started, so come on everybody. Boys, boys, be my boy, I wanna feel your body. Boys, boys, be my boy, tonight I'm ready, honey. Boys, boys, be
chat, thank you for the subs. Cookie Chris with the 5. Hep Siegel for the 1. Rash Madon for the gifted. Thanks for hanging out today, chat. For our many show matches. If you want a free sub, type exclamation point play. If not, then don't. I don't know. I don't care. What do I care? 2-week timeout for whoever gets last. Can we get any more subs? New Quab, thank you for the 6 months prime. Exclamation point play. Hype train coming. One more sub does it. Who's sitting on a prime? Who is it? I didn't want to call you out, but I'm looking at you. You're sitting on a prime? Well, that's fine. You already subbed this stream. JT with the 4 months prime. Thank you, gamer. We're hyping. We're hyping. How do you play? You type exclamation point play, chat. There's a song I've been listening to a bunch, dude, that I wish I could play, but it is DMCA. Too sad. Should we rise the desk up? Why does it matter if the DMCA at this point in the stream? I mean, it won't go on YouTube. No, it does, the whole VOD gets got. So every bit of the VOD gets caught, and they take the money from literally all of it. I could cut off this part of the VOD. We could stop streaming to the YouTube. That's a potential idea. I'm sure you guys have all heard of this song. You know what? The YouTube can't play in the marbles anyways, chat. Thank you, Outside Smoke 97. Bye, YouTube stream.